What up, Cowboys fans and YouTubers? Is that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you? Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic. Just like how we feel after yet another loss. We got the fan base just torn every which way. We have got to be the only fan base in the league that just doesn't have fan support all on the same direction. We're always, I want the next guy, the grass is greener on the other side. So why change anything? Let's stay where we're at. It goes for players, management, coaches. I don't know. If people want me to be upset about that game, they're not, because I knew as soon as Lamar was activated, they were just going to run the ball all over us because Lamar doesn't throw. That's easy. I knew that was coming. And our piss poor run defense was just going to get ran over, which they did. So, what's to be upset about, you know? Offense kind of clicked, but then they kind of had their parts where they stall out like they always do. I mean, for once, nobody can get mad at Zeke because he was actually carrying the ball pretty good and he didn't fumble. He was running with some power. It's been a while. You can't get mad at that. For the people who said put Tony Pollard in, well, Tony Pollard came in and he was pretty much a negative all game long. So he didn't prove himself in that game. What he did redeem himself on is the kick returns. That he definitely improved on. He's starting to see the lanes better. The blocking for him is getting better. So that looked great. The offensive line picked themselves up out of the gutter and actually played better. We didn't get Andy Dalton sacked until the fourth quarter. Now, if we could have scored on a lot of these offensive possessions, we might have had a game. But we keep stalling out, and another point of contention was the field goals. Now, again, y'all mad that we're doing fake punts and, you know, trick plays for kicks, but then when we actually go for it and kick, and he doesn't make them, y'all mad at those. I mean, everybody's like they're simple. No, 52 and 53-yard field goals every day isn't easy, especially in that stadium. Their own kicker has said once they put in the new scoreboard that the winds inside the stadium change. They're not like they used to be. And with the new turf and everything, it's harder for even him to kick at home. So don't just say they're automatic. No, it's not automatic. So the people who hated that, yeah, you can be angry, but not every kicker is ever going to work everywhere. Look at Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. A lot of kickers don't like kicking there because of one direction of the stadium. They just can't hit anything. It just is what it is. So ain't no point in getting mad at Greg. Play calling was a bit shoddy at times again. Defense, as usual, is a sieve. I mean, it's nice that they're taking accountability for their mistakes, but after the game is not when it's going to help you. During the game is when it's going to help you. For people who want Mike Nolan fired, I can see that. The defense is definitely not figuring out what he's trying to scheme. But then, just like during the game, they're second guessing themselves. That has nothing to do with coaching. That's on them. That's on the players second guessing themselves. That has nothing to do with the scheme. If you know what your gap assignment is, stick to your gap assignment. That's got nothing to do with Mike Nolan. But as usual, you're going to want heads. People want Mike Nolan fired. They want Mike McCarthy fired. They want Kellen Moore fired. Okay, fine. We'll fire everybody, and then what? We're right back to being Cleveland Browns. Firing everybody every season just because they can't do anything. Eventually, you just might as well call it quits. You might as well just jump off the bandwagon and move on to another team. Because you're not going to get a new coach every year and think, oh, well, they're automatically going to be Super Bowl contenders because that new coach is here. No, it's going to take time. You got a guy who's putting in a hybrid defense. And these guys aren't hybrid defenders. They're 4-3 through and through and refuse to learn any other thing. And if that's what you're going to bring in as a coach, it's going to take you a while to draft the players that you want to fill that scheme. It's not going to work the other way around. I know Mike McCarthy wanted it to fit the scheme around the players, but the players just can't get it. And you dumbing down the defense every time is not going to get us any better. You might as well just fire Mike Nolan and just get a straight 4-3 defensive coordinator, because that's all it's going to be. These guys aren't going to learn anything. Nothing's ever going to improve. And if you go right back to the same stuff Marinelli and Richard were doing, we're just going to go right back to being predictable. And that's what we're trying to get out of, being predictable. Same thing for offense. We started being unpredictable. Unfortunately, we don't have the horses in the fight to make those unpredictable plays work. It's just crazy. And it's going to start at the top. And hopefully with the NFL flexing the Cowboys out of prime time, it's now starting to hit home to the Joneses that, man, all the bullshit we be doing, all the shit we talk on the radios, the misdirections and the side speak and everything we do, the NFL starting to take notice and say, yo, we're sick of you guys. You suck. You suck so bad, we're not going to put y'all in prime time anymore. Let's see how you get all those millions of dollars then. And that's when you start hurting the Joneses in their wallet. Once their wallet starts hurting, now they're going to start making changes. Unfortunately, it's too late for this season. They might as well start thinking next year. But if the NFL starts flexing them out of primetime games and put them only on the 1 o'clock Eastern games, they're definitely going to start taking notice and have to change their business models. Because that's not going to get it if you want to stay the #1 franchise in the world. But it is what it is. These Cowboys are not going to get much better. It's time to just shut it down and see what these rookies can do. I don't know why you even activated Reggie Robinson finally just to have him on special teams. That was a waste of time. Let's see what Garrett Gilbert has. Zeke is dealing with a calf injury, so you might as well just start Pollard and Rico Dowd and see what those guys can do. I mean, this is a learning time right now, is to just shut down the stars and just see what the backups can do. And they can't do no worse, so you might as well play them, right? But that's what the fans say, and what the fans say don't work for what management says and the coaches say, and they're going to do whatever the heck they want to do. But I'm not going to complain about it. This season was a wash. We had high hopes, but even when we had the draft, I was saying then that it's going to be like a 2 to 3 year deal because of what they're trying to do. They're going to have to basically reset this whole offense and defense to fit the way they want it to. And with a off season that didn't happen, that made it even longer for us to probably turn this around. Some guys jump off the page at you on their rookie year, and that's great. That's hopefully what the next draft batch can do. But the other guys, and some of the guys that were established and vets and been here, they regressed to the point where you don't want to keep them at all. What's the point? But it is what it is. I don't expect us to beat Cincinnati, so I'm not even going to go there. And I happen to be sitting right behind a Steelers truck with Big Ben and everything all. Let me show you if I can. Yep. I don't know if you saw it that well, but that's right where we are in real life, behind the Steelers in every facet of footballdom. But that's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all have a good Thursday. We're closer to the weekend. We'll find out what's going on because we're on a short week. Maybe they have to have that look at themselves and say, yo, we might as well just start the backups because our injury list is just going to keep growing if we don't. Well, that's all I got for you. Till next time, VA Dallas Cowboy fan.